Hello, DMOM students and supporters. My name is Beth Riske, and I am the Pediatric Rehabilitation Manager here on the outpatient side of Michigan Medicine Mott Children's Hospital. I support our pediatric physical therapists, occupational therapists, therapeutic recreation specialists, and art therapists who work out of the Pediatric Rehabilitation Center, Briarwood Pediatric Rehab, and Brighton Center for Specialty Care. I want to share my thanks to your Executive Leadership Board for inviting me to speak with you as you wrap up this year's Victorthon. You're almost there. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to speak with all of you today, to share on behalf of our pediatric rehabilitation teams our gratitude for your ongoing support of our enrichment programs and services here in pediatric rehabilitation. Through Dance Marathon support, we are able to offer a more holistic continuum of care that supports patients and their families throughout their development and rehabilitation. Because of DMOM support, we are able to offer programming that provides the next step for patients and families as they transition from their formal medically based therapies. Enrichment programming allows these kiddos to take newly acquired skills and maintain them, if not very often progress their skills further in a more naturalistic environment. Every child should be able to participate in activities that they find joy and fulfillment in, regardless of their abilities. DMOM-funded enrichment programs support that very goal. You help us offer programs like therapeutic yoga, sports club, creative coping, dance group, summer enrichment camp, and martial arts, among many, many more. We simply could not do it without your support. Insurances do not cover these services, and many families do not have the means to pay out of pocket for these services. The impact of your funding is demonstrated when you look outside of Michigan Medicine at similar health systems in the state who do not have such robust enrichment support and opportunities for their patients and families. DMOM is truly a part of the Michigan difference for pediatric rehabilitation families here at Michigan Medicine Mott Children's Hospital. Through our enrichment programs and services, we are able to help support families in keeping their children and teens physically, emotionally, and socially engaged outside of the therapy clinic. Our common goal in pediatric rehabilitation is for patients to thrive outside of therapy. Enrichment programs and services that DMOM supports are the next step to meeting that goal for many little victors. We are so grateful for your partnership. To hit this home further, I'd like to share with you a story of a family who recently participated in our DMOM-funded dance group. After a couple sessions of dance group, a mother of one of the children in the group reached out to Alexis, our therapeutic recreation specialist leading this group, to express her gratitude and joy for the group. This child's mother shared that her daughter had previously attempted to participate in a dance class offered in their community. The mother shared that her child was not able to participate in the class alongside her peers because of the class's inability to support her child's adaptive needs. This was a difficult time for the patient and her family. Fast forward to the family's invitation to join the DMOM-funded dance group in pediatric rehabilitation. The child's mother was overjoyed to see her daughter's unique abilities be supported and celebrated. She also shared that the peer-to-peer engagement for her daughter was empowering, and she noticed the positive impact on her daughter almost immediately. Her child got to dance and enjoy the experience just like every other child who wants to take a dance class. This is just one example of many, many DMOM. Your support for enrichment services open doors for patients and their families, which have long-term impacts on a child's outlook for their future. Finally, I want to share a bit about the past year and how DMOM's support impacted our services amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the common themes among our enrichment programming and services pre-COVID is their goal to bring patients and families together in person to connect in a program or group. Enrichment programming and services within the pandemic were faced with a major challenge. How would we still work to offer these critical services to patients and families who could no longer bring together in a group format? Quickly, following reimagination and retooling of our programs, we were able to successfully launch most of the enrichment programs and services through a virtual format. Patients and clinicians who previously met in the therapy gym for adaptive martial arts now meet in a virtual Zoom room. Patients, families, and therapists who look forward to sending their child or patient to a summer camp, but who are not comfortable or able to send their child into the community secondary to concerns over COVID-19 exposure and their child's unique medical condition, we're still able to find that engagement and joy from a virtual summer enrichment camp. Over the past year, the majority of our funded DMOM programs have been able to be offered virtually. Families are grateful for the opportunity to keep their child safely engaged in enrichment programming when many of our opportunities are simply, with many of the other opportunities are simply still not safe or available. DMOM, your funding made such a difference this year. You always make a difference. But this year, you supported families in a way that we never would have imagined just over a year ago. Because of all that we've learned in our virtual enrichment programming exploration this past year, we now know that this is an important option to continue offering patients and families, even as we slowly return to normal in the future. We've realized that through virtual enrichment programming, we are able to connect with patients and families who previously were limited in their ability to travel to our sites for these programs. DMOM, through your support, we've been able to open new doors for the little victors of Mott Children's Hospital, despite all of the past year's challenges. The addition of virtual enrichment programming and services is a wonderful example of how we will continue to partner with you to develop creative and tailored programming to best support patients and families. DMOM, you're even closer to the wrap of this year's Victor-thon. I want to again share on behalf of our pediatric rehabilitation services, our appreciation and sincere gratitude for all that you do to support Michigan Medicine Mott Children's patients and families. We truly could not offer the services I just described without your commitment to the DMOM mission to support pediatric rehabilitation at Michigan Medicine's Mott Children's Hospital. You all are part of the Michigan difference, and we thank you. Sending you all our best wishes for a successful close to this year's Victor-thon. Thank you, and go Blue.